There she is, the mighty Ridgeline. Yep, always like the style of this truck, whatever you want to call it. Nart, maybe, as the Honda folks like to call it, the Nart. Definitely like the styling of this thing. Well, let's go ahead and dive into the 5 things that I really don't like about this truck. I start here in the back. Tailgate. Okay, so love this part of it. Open it up. If I can actually open it. Love the fact that it opens up like this. Awesome, great, very cool. Let's be on a hill. Keeps closing. This part. All right, everything looks good until you realize this thing only supports 300 pounds. That means 2 grown men cannot sit on the back of this tailgate and drink a beer or do whatever they want to do because it won't support them. Kind of tough to call yourself a truck if you can't sit on a tailgate. Am I wrong? It's a little nitpicky. It's a little nitpicky. But come on, Honda. I know there's probably some functionality issues with the weight because of the way the door opens on the other side on the tailgate. But come on, give us a little more than that. All right, number 2, staying with the tailgate. Not really the tailgate, but the bed, all right? Got this nice little fancy cover on here. But the shallowness of this bed, this was something I didn't think was gonna bother me, but it kind of bothers me. I realized the logistics of it and why, and because you have the nice trunk under here that everybody's seen. You know, we'll go ahead and pop that up real quick. Keep my own cooler back there, don't use it as a cooler. So this thing's really cool, everybody likes that. But the shallowness is really proven to be a bit of a hassle. Primarily for me, because I play drums and I haul around drums to gigs and whatnot, and I can't fit a bass drum back here with this tonneau cover closed. So that was a little bit of a bummer, and I also can't fit it into the back seat. So if I was to pop open this back seat, lift this guy up, which I love how it goes flat up, I cannot fit a standard 20-inch bass drum back here. So drummers, beware. If you're looking at the Ridgeline, you're gonna have a hard time fitting your stuff in there. Definitely can't fit it in the cab. Other than that, you know, not too bad back here. Really, it's just the shallowness. I didn't think it was gonna be a problem, but it ended up being more of a problem than I expected. All right, moving on to the interior. Number 3 on my list of things that kind of drive me crazy about the Honda Ridgeline all occur on the interior side here. So, yeah, you know, I kind of knew the tech was old in this thing. It's like from 2017, 2018, this is 2023. You know, it's not terrible as long as you're using Apple CarPlay or Android Auto. It's really not that big of a deal, but it's like, come on, guys, the base model Civic comes with better tech than this. I mean, the screen stuff, the resolution, the sizing, I understand why they did it. Again, they'd have to redesign this entire area here if they were to change the screen size, but at least give us better software. Again, the base model, entry-level base model Civic is coming with a better infotainment center system than this. So you guys could do better on that. Moving on to the 4th thing, I had read about this. Everybody said it was great, said there's no problem at all for anybody who's a taller driver. I'm not a taller driver. I'm just under 6 feet. I guess I'm a little bit taller than average, but I don't consider myself to be tall. There is not enough space down here for me to stretch my leg out. So sitting upright in this chair, my normal position here, back all the way, look at my knee. Definitely not straight. And again, it's okay if you're just short driving around town, but I like the option to be able to stretch my leg out. My wife's Acura RDX, no problem, legroom for days. Smaller vehicles I've been in have legroom for days. This thing is just not enough legroom. I kind of know why they did it. So you can add more space in the back for the passengers, but at least give us the option to take the seat back further to extend this so we can actually have enough legroom to fully stretch your leg out. And again, I'm just under 6 feet, so I'm not super tall here, and my knee is bent pretty significantly here in the furthest back position. Not real happy about that. Okay, the fifth and final thing I really don't like about the Honda Ridgeline is the interior rattles. I definitely didn't see this coming. It was actually one of the reasons I chose the Honda over some of the other brands and traditional trucks, is because this is built on essentially an SUV chassis or an SUV platform, on a Pilot, I believe. And it's just supposed to be a more refined, quieter, less truck-like experience, which it is driving. Everything's great driving, handling wise and all that good stuff. But this interior is like every time I turn around, I'm looking at a new rattle here. So I've had issues with the front door rattling, something inside this door panel here rattling. I've had a major issue with the back rattling. I'm going to throw in a couple of videos here so you guys can actually hear the rattle. So this back door has some kind of issue with a door seal, and I've had it to 2 different Honda dealerships. They have not been able to figure it out yet. So I'm not holding out a whole lot of hope that they're going to be able to do it. I'm going to take it back and keep trying to get them to fix it, but I'm not sure that they're going to be able to fix it. The the passenger side door has an intermittent rattle. The sunroof has some kind of a buzzing sound that comes from it intermittently, of course. So those are always fun to troubleshoot when you have the dealer and you're trying to figure out, explain to them why it's happening. And then of course, as you're leaving, it starts rattling, but it wouldn't rattle for the 10-minute test drive you went on. It's typically how that kind of stuff goes. So yeah, terrible actually. The rattles are probably going to be the, what if I do end up selling this, taking the loss on selling this thing. I bought it new, first vehicle I've ever bought new, and I'd have to take a major loss to trade this thing in or sell it. So I'm not sure that I can stomach that, but I also don't know sure that I can stomach the rattles. So that's going to be the biggest gripe for sure for me on this thing. Other than that, it's been pretty good. It's been a pretty solid truck. I know it's probably luck of the draw, and the rattles might be something that's occurring with everything that's made now. Maybe every vehicle rattles. I don't know. Since COVID, there's been some quality control issues around the globe. So maybe this is just a result of quality control issues everywhere in the automotive industry. So I don't know, you guys tell me in the comments, have you guys had issues like this with your Honda Ridgeline? Have you had issues like this with other vehicles where they rattle inside? They rattle like crazy. And again, it's rattle like crazy is not fair to say. It's intermittent. Most of them are intermittent, but it's enough to where it drives me absolutely nuts. And there's 2 people in this world, people that don't mind rattles, don't hear them, don't care about them. And there's people like me that drives this absolutely crazy. So that's it. All right, guys, tell me what you think in the comments if you guys are dealing with any of these problems, primarily the rattles, or what your thoughts are on the other 4 things I mentioned, rather, of what drives me crazy about this Ridgeline. Thanks for watching, guys.